Hello everyone, this is Isaac.
This is Tarren.
And we are True Masters,
Masters
and
and
Morons.
Morons.
Look at my sickly face in the sickly green glow of...
But you
life.
finally have good threads, so it's okay.
I know, right?
You're
All
not
right.
in a murder. You're not in like a literal murder jacket. You're like, I am a
Murder t-shirt.
gentleman of sorts.
Murder t-shirt. Or long
It's
sleeve
not even
shirt,
even
I
a
guess.
t-shirt. It's like, okay, so we need
So
to
I'm
learn how to
supposed
craft.
analyze the blood. Okay, first you need to analyze the components you found to unlock new recipes. Click on the analyze components.
Blood sample of William Bishop.
You have enough components to improve one of your weapons.
Ooh.
What
like the melee
weapon is
weapon.
going to be improved by that dude's blood?
Apparently, any of them.
Weapons upgrades. You can upgrade your weapon to a new level with the required ingredients. It will inflict more damage, and you will also gain access to customization slots.
Oh yes. Okay, this
Okay.
game's cooler than I thought.
So do I want increased damage or absorb blood when I hit?
I mean, can you take either of those? Because you do have the requisite shards. All right.
I have the requisite shards. I have the requisite everything. So I can either bring my damage up to 109, or I can make it so that I get 2.5 blood points when the weapon hits.
You know, since this is a heavier weapon, you don't hit very often. That feels like something you'd want to do with a faster weapon.
That is a good point.
Because my first
All
thought
right.
is, yeah, get the blood absorption, but
It doesn't seem to want to let me upgrade that one, though.
does one of them
But I have
require
the
blood?
stuff for it.
We'll be back when we figure out how we can, what it'll let him do.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, hang on. Okay, so I
So-
can upgrade this still.
All right. You have just barely enough parts. Okay.
Oh, and increasing just to the level does still increase the damage by itself.
Nice. Okay.
Then you can also do one of these two in addition to that.
Nice. And it doesn't count the base upgrade when looking at the stats, so it actually does more damage than you were even thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
That's super sweet.
So I get the feeling this will use the materials again, and I won't be able to just switch at will. So we're gonna hold off on that.
Yeah, I think it probably would do that.
So that's very cool.
All right, so that's how weapon upgrades work. Can you upgrade your shotgun or your pistol?
I
Do you have
don't
the stoof?
think so.
Why do you need 3 triggers? Oh, just
I
one.
don't know,
No,
man.
yeah.
Three
This
common
pistol has-
triggers. They're
This pistol has 3 triggers in its gun.
no, it's that we need that many, like, because we need to get all the parts from it, you know, like the bottom, like, they're all messed up, you know.
And he's not very good at this yet, so it
Yeah.
takes him all of those pieces to make it function properly.
Unfortunately, I can't get any of those items from any of the recyclables I have right now, so it doesn't really
All right.
matter.
So what does it say in treat? Oh, let's see. Regenerates?
Oh, okay. Regenerate
Wow.
300 health. Wow. And I'd need sodium hypochlorite solution in order to be able to make that. Treatment, for sepsis.
Okay.
Oh, you can use that to straight up cure a sick citizen. Oh,
Anemia.
and fatigue.
Fatigue. Oh, you can cure.
That one dude, yeah, he has fatigue, so I can literally cure. That's cool.
I will cure your drunkenness, because we all know that's why you're
Blood
fatigued.
is much more
Right.
unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened
Not that the
to
menu
me.
showed us any of this.
I must keep on searching.
Right. It's like we
The
didn't get
sun
to
is
see what all
about
that
to
was,
rise.
but
I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night.
That is a
Oh.
that is a
I
useful
have
sensation
so
for a
much
vampire.
time now.
right. I can sense when the sun rises. I don't need the newspaper for that.
Okay, so instead of resting, okay, we're gonna rest.
Oh,
I was just thinking we could explore the rest of the hospital first, but we can do that after.
yeah, we can do that. No, that's fine. That way we guarantee no more random story crap will happen.
Precisely. So guys, we're gonna explore the rest of the hospital because we've been told repeatedly by everyone who's played this game. Look for everything, find everything, do the investigation, because obviously this is a very detective-y, investigative, mystery game, obviously. I mean, you play the game for 5 seconds, you know that. So we're gonna run around. Used hacksaw. Ew. We're gonna run around checking out stuff like this. When we find things, we will pop back in, but just in between, we're looking for however long, so we don't show you just us randomly walking around a hospital looking for stuff that may not be there. We'll skip between stuff. But this.
Yeah. T. Elwood's medical file. Patient Thomas Elwood, male, age 28. Followed by Dr. Tippett. Status what?
Convalescence.
Cool. That word.
Yeah.
Date of admission, September 16th. Date of release, to be determined. Notes. The patient's face has been heavily burnt and disfigured by a bomb during the war.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. Even with the use of the strongest sedatives, he affirms to regularly endure severe pain from the wounds, as if the flames are still burning under the skin. He says examinations of the... What?
As if the flames are still burning under the skin, he says.
Oh. He says. Examinations of the...
Sistricized? Sistricized, I think.
Googling a word.
Uh-huh.
We'll see whether this gets included in the actual video.
Cicatrized.
Cicatrized. What the hell does that mean?
I looked up the way it sounds and didn't pay attention to what the actual word is. Hold on.
Burnt?
Do you know how long it's been since a game has made me look up a word? And there's like 3 in here. Cicatrized. Past tense of... with reference to a wound, heal by scar formation. Oh, so scarring.
So scarred.
It's a fancy word for scarred
tissue.
All right.
Okay.
All right, sure, cool.
Let's start this sentence over again. Examinations of the cicatrized tissues show no trace of inflammation, infection, or swelling. Scars are cleaned. Why don't you say cicatri or clean? I don't know. Ignore me.
No, the cicatrization is the actual forming of the scar tissue.
Of the scar tissue, yeah.
It heals by creating scars.
Could it be a case of persisting nerve damage? The patient never ceases to blame himself for his disfiguration. Could it be a case of guilt of the survivor? Phantom pain manifesting as a punishment for not dying with his comrades?
Could be.
I realized my accent changed like 3 times during that, but there were also like 3 words that neither of us knew how to say or what they meant. So
I only didn't know how to say one of them, but as a side note, convalescence, the thing he suffers from, is his status is just recovering after an operation. So there's that.
And cicatrized, in case it wasn't included, is the
oh, that was included.
cause of scar tissue, right? The growth of scar tissue.
It's the formation healing by creating scar tissue.
Yeah.
And we'll see when we next find something interesting.
What a word.
What a word indeed.
Dr. Swansea. Oh,
Oh.
fine.
Not now. I'm busy, vampire scum.
It's locked, all right. Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor.
Oh, we've talked to her.
I don't
Okay,
think we've been
did we?
introduced
Oh,
yet.
we haven't talked to her.
No, we
My
haven't
name
talked
is
to her yet.
Pippa Hawkins.
And
I thought she
Shut up,
was the
Pippa.
nurse in charge, but okay.
Dr.
No,
Swansea
she's
has
older with
recently
glasses.
offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
What?
Wow. Okay.
So you don't think that my help will be appreciated? That's rude.
I'm like, nice to meet you too. Jeez.
Right? Your life in London. How is the
How
situation
would you
here?
describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Get a grip! The Spanish flu won't last forever.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse?
Then the Black
Well,
Plague?
In the end, nobody was spared.
I mean, to be fair, the Black Plague would be really hard to spread today. It was basically it only happened because of a lack of hygiene. That's what it boiled
Lack of
down
hygiene,
to.
and they kept burning down buildings with the rats and making the rats move to the next city.
Well, exactly.
You
It was just
must
the
get
rats
a
spread
hold
it, but
of
it
yourself
really
first.
if everyone had just cleaned
I'm
themselves,
exhausted.
there wouldn't have been a
No one
problem.
has any idea
Yeah.
when this epidemic will be over.
I don't know as much about the Spanish flu. I don't know what the deal was for that.
Yeah, I don't either. You've been a nurse for how long?
Have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
Well, you know, if I weren't a vampire,
Right.
I might agree
You'd
with
be
you, but I have
surprised
special
you were
insight.
right or change your attitude. Ooh. I
Yeah, I'm
only get
leaving
one
this
of
one to
these.
you. Yep.
That's not fair.
I mean, I would go with change your attitude makes you sound like a dick. You're right feels like you're giving in to her defeatist thing, and you would be surprised sounds vaguely egotistical. So, I mean, let's go
screw
with
it.
you would be
Change your
surprised.
attitude.
Your attitude, Nurse Hawkins. Pessimism can be as lethal
Yeah,
as
see,
the
now you sound like a
epidemic in times like these.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
In all honesty, I agree with what he just said because it's like, yo, you're a nurse. I need you to be at least a little more optimistic for our patient's sake.
Yeah, no, I agreed. It was just you were going to sound like a dick. So, how's the staff coping? All I have to do is talk to you to know not well.
Well, not well. Milton the
Hey, look at that!
Ah! Exact
Hey,
wordage, even.
shut up, Cortana.
grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why is Milton so grumpy?
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
I don't know if she
Okay.
answers without giving an answer.
Right? I'm going to answer without giving any information at all.
This nurse would make a great politician.
Why especially the
Why
practitioners?
does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
You mean
I
like
mean,
you?
He offered to sell me guns, so...
Yeah, sure, man.
Goodbye, Nurse
All right.
Hawkins. Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working
Oh,
together.
we just must not have walked in here. All right.
Nope.
Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
I love how
Someone's heard of your
famous
name.
you are in
And
the
you
medical
are.
I
profession,
am
man.
Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Your life in
anything I
London.
can ask you? Nope.
Those
What?
are always. Your life in London.
Tell me about
Please,
yourself.
could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed.
Cool, that's not about
I
you.
run my own experiments.
Thank
I'm
you.
convinced it's the future.
What made you choose this career? That career?
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am
I'm
honored to have
concerned.
the opportunity to work by
I
your
am
side.
very concerned.
I mean that. Yeah, I'll be glad to
It's
help you. That's
always
one of
a
the
pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I mean, it is a disease, so that's factually accurate.
Right? Doctors. Tell me about your
I
experiments.
based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My
I can't
process is
help you
purely
if you don't
experimental
tell me.
and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious
Let's help it
and
make
methodical,
be more
you may remain
successful.
empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
So maybe talk and share the knowledge.
Right?
What can you tell me about the
He's going to be a
Well,
total
it has always been an
horrible
honor to
person.
work with Dr. Swansea.
He's gonna be a freaking Jekyll Hyde,
With your
man.
arrival, I
Something
can't
like
think
that.
of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite
You seem
optimistic.
quite optimistic.
Optimistic.
It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm
It leads
convinced
some
that
jaded
Talking,
people
looking
not
at
to
you,
trust
nurse.
you.
Looking at you, nurse.
endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
Oh, that's
So
right.
we
I
must
could've read
adapt.
Last summer, during the first
That's
wave
funny.
of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
No, you're
Do you
not.
need my help?
with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research.
You are a main
My
character.
supplies
You
seem
must
to
run
have
fetch
vanished.
Do
quests.
you want me to play
Right?
the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Straight up
Alright.
fetch quest. All right.
I like the way they phrase
Aha!
it, though. Ah. He's not going to tell us anything, but haha.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment
did you just-
with new medical techniques.
Yeah, I think
Harvey
that's
Fiddick
kind of
is a
just.
patient suffering from a severe
Yeah.
injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me,
Tell me
Mr.
Tell me
Fiddick's
Mr.
story.
Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He
Yep.
first claimed it was an accident.
But why would
Don't
he
lie to your
hide
doctors,
such
man.
crucial information
Right.
from us?
Because he is a proud father. Ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
You must remain
This
neutral.
personal involvement
Must he,
could also
though?
appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take
Who's
time
Dr.
to
Ackroyd?
converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping
What?
his distance was a mistake?
I'm like, who are we talking
I'm
about?
taking care of human beings with desires.
This is the
hopes,
first time
and
Ackroyd's
fears,
been mentioned.
not
Right.
some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
I mean, that is all we are, but I understand
But
your point.
there is more, but also no. Okay.
There's more,
Goodbye,
but less,
Dr.
also.
Strickland.
Goodbye, Dr.
Yeah,
Strickland.
but who's
Maybe at
this
some point
Dr. Ackroyd? Like, that's a
Right?
new name.
Like, we weren't even talking about who's Ackroyd.
He must have been the original doctor on the other dude's case, right?
That's what I assume, yeah.
Ah!
Oh, look, a new
What
one.
can I do for you, Doctor?
Oh, no, this is one we've
Maybe?
talked to before.
Thank you,
Okay.
Nurse Crane.
Thank you, Miss Crane. We'll be back when we find something new, like maybe this guy.
We have a girl and a guy. Who do we talk to first? Woman with starry hat or patient?
Woman with hat.
Don't waste your time.
Woman with
me.
starry hat.
Good evening, madam.
Oh,
I
it's
help
flowers.
It's my son who needs
Oh.
you,
Oh.
sir.
My
I'm
bad.
Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check
Cool.
on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Thank you. Tell me
Your life in
anything about
London.
yourself so I know who to look for.
Right? Tell me about
Can you
yourself.
tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say.
Are you a shrink
Take
or a
care of
doctor?
my
Go help my
Mortimer,
son.
and I'll cover all the expenses.
I am both.
That's all that matters.
Are you that
Are
rich?
you really?
That's
that rich?
not a question you ask.
Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
Lovely.
Okay.
May
What
I
are you doing
ask
in your
if
life?
You have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick.
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Good for you.
That's nebulous enough to be
Nebulous,
concerning.
I know.
I am a jaded sucker. All right.
Yes, you are. Complaints about your
What do
reception
you
here.
think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had
Okay.
no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in
emergency
particular
is?
that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Or
Wow.
such, you know.
Tell me about your arrival.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke.
Tell
me
me
more
about your
Maybe
arrival.
Such a bad first impression.
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do
Yeah.
you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
You
She
did say
charged you.
despite the epidemic,
Yes.
right?
And I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
Oh, I'm
So-
gonna have to go talk to that nurse.
See, I don't even feel bad. We don't have room. I'll pay lots of money. Okay, we have room.
I share your concern.
Quit your
Mrs.
bitching,
Goswicks.
lady.
Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Other hospitals don't have wall-to-wall people with problems.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Personal questions.
Anything? Didn't unlock anything.
Goodbye,
Alright.
Mrs. Goswick.
Now, presumably
All right.
your son?
Right?
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you
Why are
here?
you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
Yeah,
I
there's
suppose
something
that
goofy
this
with his
pain
throat there.
Is the reason you're here?
Yeah, I don't know what
Is
that
someone
is.
taking care of you?
Yeah, it
Yes.
looks to me a lot like the not vampire
Could
things.
you at least tell me your name,
Right.
sir?
Mortimer.
Yeah, okay, so it's the son.
Alright.
I know you don't want to talk, but we're going to do a lot of talking.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
Dude, you got like clay growing out of your neck.
Oh, I don't-
It's
I don't
fine.
have
See you
medicine to
later.
give. Alright, your life in London. How painful
How
is your throat?
painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Woo.
Well, that's too bad.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
You're not
Okay.
helping me!
Why
About
Doesn't
your
it normally go
hospitalization
gray after you said a
hospitalized
question?
Here. She
Yeah,
seems
there's
convinced
another half
this
of it,
is
apparently.
a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Is your
Is
mother
your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
That's
You have no
weird.
idea what I'm capable of.
You're in good hands.
Pembroke
Vampire
Hospital may
hands.
look unorthodox, but rest assured.
Does it look
you're in
unorthodox? It
good
really looks
hands.
pretty orthodox.
Right?
Me, you have to convince Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
Now, about your neck.
How painful is your throat, Mr.
Click,
Goswick?
So
click.
painful I'd rather...
There we go.
I'll let
Oh.
you get some rest then.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, now talk to him again about his personal life.
Talk to him? Oh, do we have anything for his personal
Good evening,
life?
Mr. Goswick.
I don't know, but we didn't check.
How are you?
Oh, we do. Tell me
Tell
about
me
yourself.
about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Cool. All right.
Cool.
Good enough.
I have to go now, sir.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
We're gonna talk to her again.
Good
All
evening,
right.
Doctor. How is my son?
How
Pretty
is
sure
my
we
son
gotta-
doing? Well, he wouldn't really
Pretty
talk
sure-
to me, so tell me about his throat.
Oh, I thought we got... Okay, never mind.
Goodbye, Mrs.
We got information on her, but maybe tell me about the thing growing out of his neck.
Right? Let's see. So
All right,
that's
so
the
there's a
doctor
guy on
we
the right.
talked To...
Yeah, talk to
this,
that one.
though?
That one's new.
Oh, I think this is the older one.
Good evening,
Excellent.
sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
Oh, nope.
I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed,
No, he's
yes,
the
I've
narrow-faced
been
one.
informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd.
Ah,
Welcome aboard, I
Ackroyd.
suppose.
Does my
Ah,
arrival
okay.
inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Excuse me?
Hey. To be fair, that's true.
Yeah,
Are
but him
you a
calling me
dabbler?
that-
I mean, from what we know of you, you're not a dabbler, but it's a fact.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice.
Doesn't he
The
run the
benefit
place?
is-
He
Position.
runs the hospital.
But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
I'm gonna punch you, man. Ooh.
Just do the left one, left one, left one.
Oh, come on.
You do you. Just don't
The-
do the bottom one, please.
No, I will not do the... No. Jealousy will not do you any
Aren't you
good.
too old for such jealousy? It really won't do you any good, you know.
Don't be ridiculous, Dr. Reed. A simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me to envy.
Okay.
Right. About
Since your
about the
tenure
hospital.
in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you
Oh,
can
look
tell me
how,
more
like,
about this place.
diplomatic he's
Let's
trying to
just
be.
say I'm
Right.
tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness?
Do tell.
Exactly what
Right.
are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend
All right,
to
that's
run
fair.
any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Oi. Your thoughts on Strickland's
Tell me,
research?
Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Is your rivalry blinding you?
And are you not
ask-
afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may
I get
be
to ask
blinding
both
you?
of these.
Rivalry?
Oh, okay.
I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Except when it comes to, you know, people.
Right. Why do you wish to lead this
Why
surgery?
do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
That's fair. The right one?
I guess.
If you are going to lead this surgery, I'm trusting you to assume the consequences of your actions, whatever the result.
'Cause
I'm not
apparently
the
I
kind
can
of man
decide
who
this.
runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
Okay, and personal questions. Holy crap. I've proved my
I
value as a
don't know what
practitioner.
you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your
As a
skills,
healer,
Dr.
is
Reed,
what
but
it
your
said in
motive.
the words.
Is it money?
Yep.
Fame? Or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that?
Of
supposed
those
to mean?
three
I
options,
served in
truly
the war
dedicated.
just like you.
Right?
But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want
Oh.
you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Right or left?
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main weapon. And it
If
has
he saved
always
lives
come
and didn't screw anybody up, I don't see what the problem
and
is.
personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative, it is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
Bad memories of your military
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress.
The-
War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree
Generally.
on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
Okay, so, you know, he's
you
kind
for
of a
your
stick in the
time.
mud, but I will say, from based purely on that conversation, I respect the guy. He seems like he's genuinely
Yeah.
just like, no, we got to do this right. But guys, that's all we have time for this episode.
Holy crap, we had like 4 conversations. Are you serious?
I am dead
right.
serious.
Alright everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. If you want to see more of this or any other Let's Play or lore, let us know what you want to see in the comments down below. Don't forget to let us know
There's a letter
your
on that table.
opinions. What?
Letter. It shines.
We'll read that next time. And make sure to let us know your opinions on what we discussed today. In the meantime, this has been
True Masters and Morons
signing off. Thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to see more like it, hit that subscribe orb.
To see our last Let's Play, click or tap the link on the right.
For our last lore video, click the link on the left.
Thank you to all of our patrons for making these videos possible.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.